With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Hey, what's going on? Good afternoon. Back in the saddle. Took a few days, I guess you'd say off, but not really. Was home doing a little bit of yard work, got outside, saw the wife. So we're back at it. We're going to go over cryptos and stocks as usual. Let's wait a second here. What's up, Bob? Colin, Dirk, JD. Looks like people are slowly getting in here. I guess there's 295 people. So what's up, Carl? Hey, Ruby. Been a while, Ruby. Lori, Vincent. What's up, Patton? Got to keep everybody's name straight. Bitcoin 58,200. That's exactly where we gave our recent sell at after buying at 52,180, I think it was. Yeah, we've got 8 acres at home, so I did a little work there. I've got a gentleman that takes care of it, but there's too much to do. And we had a horrible ice storm a couple of months ago, so tore up some trees. I got hundreds of trees, so. So in front of us, let's go to the bigger chart. Here's the Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index. We was waiting on that to get down to 40 to give us a buy. It did that at the green arrow. We did take the sell on Bitcoin up there. Shouldn't have took a sell on Ethereum or Litecoin. Those, as everybody knows, has continued higher. We're going to discuss that. We've got Bitcoin dominance to look at. But here now on the Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index, technometer was up around 47.50. Right now 45.20. So not going to give us much help again. Would take a pretty strong sell-off to get us back down to a 40 level. I don't see that really happening anytime soon. Let's look at, hold on here a second. Got a lot to go over here. So let's look at, here's Bitcoin, USD Bitfinex. Technometer is 42.7, where it's really been setting. You can see the 3 custom indicators at the bottom. The top one is the OP. You can see it is not rallying. Volume is not coming in. And we can show that by this chart here. You can see volume, bottom right. Since the low at 50,500, volume is basically sideways. That makes me a little cautious, for sure. If we go to, let's go to Bitcoin USD consolidated. You can see here, technometer's extremely overbought, 54.7. You can see that is intraday, big spike in volume. I'm not sure what that is. I have reached out to my provider, but I've had no errors on data in a couple of years, so I'm not sure what that was. Maybe somebody knows. But that took the technometer reading to major overbought. And if we look at what we got here, Bitcoin, USD, Bitfinex. Oh, hold on. All right, that was Bitfinex. Here's Bitcoin USD consolidated. Technometer 46.4. Volume following the rally more so than Bitfinex, but still pretty lethargic. So technometers are really, I guess we'd say, neutral. I've never had this big a disparity on some of these, so giving me a little bit trouble trying how to read it. Let's go to Ethereum USD consolidated. Technometer 49.39, lower right. Obviously, most overbought that we've been in a while. Volume following the rally, somewhat. So has followed it up definitely off the lows. So nothing alarming there, except Ethereum is somewhat overbought, could have a pullback. Ethereum USDT consolidated, 51.9, definitely overbought. Usually that means we're sideways to lower. Intraday, a big volume spurt there as well. Hasn't been able to take price much higher. So I still think Ethereum could have a little bit of a pullback here. We're going to try to look at stocks in conjunction with that. Let's look at Litecoin USD. Technometer 48, nearing overbought, as overbought as we have been. Volume really lethargic at the lows, just starting to try to come alive. You can see here volume at that 180 low, had hit a new low for the move. I think you got everybody wiped out of Litecoin, and now just a little bit of chasing Litecoin higher. Litecoin USDT. Technometer 55, extreme overbought. And again, that's going to be because intraday we had the big volume spike as well there. Let me check notes here real quick. What's up, Nate? Austin, Kalaman, Joe. What up, Steven? So that's kind of the cryptos real quick. I will show you, because someone's going to ask, XRP USD consolidated. Interesting action there, because 3 days ago when we made that 57 or so, technometer came down quickly with some negative volume and made a technometer reading that was oversold. You can see I also here on XRP USDT, I just don't trade XRP that much. You can see it, technometer came down to extreme oversold right on this reversal day when we made the 56 and change back up to 63. Would not expect it to move to $1.10, but that's what happened. Now let's go back. I think we got to look at stocks here. I think that's what's really important at the moment. Let's go to QQQ, the NASDAQ, which is what I think Bitcoin follows as much as anything. As you know, we gave that sell back in February and caught the highs exact. We had a couple buys off the low. The last buy we just had, I didn't stay long enough. I had some positions, as I told you, Facebook, Microsoft, QFIN, and we've continued higher. I talked about a rally to 330 on the QQQ. We have gotten that. I'm showing the red. We're not extreme here. We are at 49.50 is a sell. So we're definitely up to the level to look for a top. We got the price level that I wanted. So I think this chart is showing the NASDAQ is going to turn down again. If you look at Elliott, this could be an A down, a B up, and we need now a move down to, let's say, 286, 270 or something. I think that's a strong possibility here. If the NASDAQ is ready to turn lower again. So I'll probably put a sell on the NASDAQ, I'm guessing tomorrow. If we look at the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index, which is our own look at the QQQ, which looks at all 5-minute data on the stocks that I have put inside this index. You can see here, yesterday, we had an extreme overbought reading as marked in the red circle. And that coincides with the one we had back here, where we had the sell. So again, internally, it looks like NASDAQ stocks are ready to turn lower. Let's look at SPY. Same type of thing. It has extended higher here. We're not getting the extreme overbought on the SPY that I'd like to have. It is a different chart. I do think it's an ending diagonal. So we're getting a little bit of an overthrow here. So I do, once again, SPY I think is making a top. If we look at the Diamond, DIA, Dow Jones ETF, it is really a neutral. That's the only thing that's not making me bearish across the board on stocks. And if we go to our Wyckoff Wave, which is more Dow Jonesy, same thing, 44.5 in the technometer. So I still lean bearish. I wish those were a little more overbought. We will watch those. Wyckoff Wave looks a little toppy. If we look at the TLT, we're long this with losses, but I do think we're turning higher. You can see the last 3 days trying to dig out of here after an oversold technometer. A new low on the OP coming into Thursday while price held. So I think the TLT's headed higher. Normally that would mean stocks lower, bonds higher, which is right along with what we're thinking. GDX, we're still short. We're long dust. You can see here the red sell signals. We've got, I put a rectangle up here marked in red. We are 58 on the technometer. We are up thrusting the previous high. I think that's an up thrust in a downtrend, if you know anything about Wyckoff. So I think GDX is going to turn lower as well with the stocks. Again, fits into everything. Let's look at, let me see if I can bring something else here. I want to look at we're going to look at some Elliott wave counts, and I'm going to show you somebody might say the stock's really affecting Bitcoin. So what I did here, the QQQ and the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index sell and buys I've got marked here. So we had to buy on QQQ, NASDAQ type stocks here at the green arrow, right above my head. We had to sell up here around the 17th at that 52,000 level. Again, I'm just showing if you traded Bitcoin off my stock trades, what would happen. And then I just showed you the green buys on the NASDAQ. They're marked here. And then what I think is the sell as we talk. So stocks and Bitcoin are risk on, risk off assets, I believe. Highly correlated, definitely now. The stocks are ready to roll over. I think Bitcoin's ready to roll over. If it doesn't, it would show you strength. So maybe chase a rally if it won't roll over here. Now, if you look at my Elliott wave markings on this, that chart would be pretty scary because we could have completed a 1-2 for this irregular flat. An Elliott wave irregular flat is A down, ABC up into the B, then 5 waves down for the wave C to 40,000. That's extremely bearish. Not sure we can do that. But everybody knows this has been my preferred count. So we had the red D up of the triangle. And that was an ABC move, as I'd called. So if the D wave is in place, then we need an E wave down. It looks like we had that started. We made the move down to 56.5. So maybe we've had the A down. We're working on the B. And then we still rolled down to that 54,000 level for the wave E of the big white wave 4. And then we moonshot to 76,000. So that's something we got to look at. That Bitcoin USD chart that I showed with the big volume coming in, if I can clarify that, I mean, that would not be good because we had big buy volume that did not take price higher. I know there's Bitcoin being taken off the exchanges, bought and taken off, but if we're not followed up with more buying, then probably price rolls over. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. A little bit concerned about the frothiness in some of the small caps and micros. So we're going to watch this here. Again, I think there's risk on Bitcoin here. The last sell again was 58,220, I think it was. On that big down bar, like last Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's my thoughts there. What else did I want to discuss? Anybody got any questions? ADA, let's look at that here real quick. ADA USD. Been kind of quiet, coming a little bit alive. 44.5 technometer, new lows on the OP. I would think ADA is still going to go sideways here, maybe a little bit lower. Do your own research. This is not individual investment advice, as usual. Martina, let me give you a wrench, because obviously I know who you are. Who knows what Coinbase is doing on XRP? I wouldn't doubt that. So you think they want to stay out of regulators' trouble, though. So we'll see about that. What up, Craig? Let's look at XTZ. I know that one got a little exciting. XTZ USD. Ran up to what, about 675 or so. Technometer 47.5. I'd be a buyer of that on a break. XTZ USDT. I mean, that could be an upthrust here, coming at the time that it is, where I'm bearish on Bitcoin. XTZ USDT 48.3. So pretty good volume. Not concerned that that's an upthrust, but could happen. Otherwise, I'd be a buyer on a pullback. Link USD. Link I thought would get to 32, and it finally did do that. 45.6 on the technometer. Again, I'd be a buyer on a pullback for Link. If you long it, stay long. UUP I will show. Thiago, that one I think does make sense here, so thank you for reminding me on that one. Link USDT 51 on the technometer. So again, I look for some type of pullback. Neo had a nice run. Nick took some decent money out of there. I think he sold a little early, but that happens. We're still just compounding profits. Neo, USD, 66 on the technometer. You can see big volume coming into the upside. I'd be a buyer on a pullback. Neo, USDT. SXP is not in the software, but we will look at it. I got my developers working. They're just slow. Neo, USDT, 61 on the technometer. Same thing. That's a pretty nice solid move with Neo. Probably jump across the creek, so let's see if we can get a pullback. Let's look at SXP first. Same type of thing there. Quick rally to 550 almost, back to 450. Jump resistance at a 380 to 420. So definitely a good place to look to buy that. If we can get a good buy signal on Bitcoin or some of these alts, I would look at that. Here's BNB USD consolidated off the software. Volume solidly behind the move. So that's impressive again on BNB. We look at the chart here. I was looking for a triangle. Did not get the E-wave pullback. I mean, some people would go back and change to this. I don't know if I can do that, but that means we've had a 1-2. We're going to continue. Maybe did a 3, maybe a pullback, and then one more, another new high. So maybe still higher, and then an ABC pullback again. That's one. Definitely we'll be buying on a pullback if we can get it. Cake is not in the software. That one, again, Nick's been long that, doing very well. He's given a couple sells up here, I know, in this area on some of the positions. Taking nice quick profits. That one's still doing well. Let me see here. I've got, I do not trade Hex. Hex USD. Came out of a nice triangle, ended here on March 11th. I would think Hex is going to pull back here, kind of meeting some resistance at the previous high, so I'd rather buy a pullback back down at 14, maybe buy something below 0.156, spring this level here. Look to buy that. Here's AAVE. Again, a little underperforming recently. Still looks pretty good, but I'd buy a pullback. Humble. Humble, I presume, is a stock. I don't see that on my crypto. Josie. What up, Paul? We're doing well here. Carrie and I finally had a little bit of time together, so that was cool. Let's go back here real quick. At 2:30, we got NASDAQ still up 17, Dow down 100, S&P down a little bit. Gold up $15. So kind of a quick wrap up. I think stocks are still going to roll over here, especially the NASDAQ. I think it's going to keep pressure on Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance, let's look at that. Then we got to go back to UUP. Here's Bitcoin dominance. I just put this in the Discord. Patreon.com/learncrypto, $40 a month. You get all of Nick Kanai's ideas. Let's go to the daily Bitcoin dominance. There's 5 waves up on the green. If you can see that off the low here. 5 waves up. ABC back to what I think support here at 52.50 to 54.50. We did spring these lows today. We sprang that low here at 57.25, and also this previous one. So personally, I think charting dominance is tough, but I personally think probably be careful on some of these alts. I think Bitcoin's going to flex here again. If that is 5 waves up and an ABC, then Bitcoin's going to flex hard. So we shall see. Let's go back to UUP because that could affect cryptos, which it has not done yet. UUP is a long dollar. I'm still long this puppy from forever ago. But if we look at this here, I've showed, let me fix this a little bit. The green circles lower right are oversold technometer readings, which was at this point here. And also that point. These blue lines are showing the price was holding while volume was hitting new lows. That means somebody was buying and supporting the price. So you had new lows on volume, price held, oversold technometer, told us to stay long there. We had the same thing here, new low in OP, price higher, oversold technometer. It gave a buy there. That was right after the Fed talk. Everybody's worried the dollar was collapsing. I had said I thought we would turn higher. And now really we're getting the OP almost hitting another new low. And the technometer is not oversold, but close. So I don't think the dollar's giving it up yet. I think there's still a higher move in the dollar. And if it's a strong move, that could affect crypto. So we got to be worried about that as well. Let's go back and look at STORJ, Binance, down 9%. Solid move to the upside, nice little ABC pullback. I'd rather buy that on some more weakness. That could be a spring and an uptrend. So if you got the big kahunas, you could be long here. The problem is support's back down again at $1.30. That's too much risk for me to take. I'd want to watch that, see how it acts if Bitcoin and some of these alts pull back a little bit. DOT is not in the software yet either, but I will bring it up, down 5%. That one had a nice little, somewhat flat correction here and another new high. Probably a jump across the creek here. So, would love to buy a $40 print, probably in DOT, if you could get that on a pullback. Let me run a disclaimer here real quick.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
All right, so appreciate the email over the weekend, Paul. So that's all I got. 25 minutes before the stock closing. I'm probably going to slide here and get out of here. I got a little bit of work to do here since I've been away from my main desk. But I always have my office at my home on my property and also in the house and also my portables. So Pork Blaster t-shirt, learncryptomerch.com. Shout out here on YouTube. We went from 10,000 to 11,000 subscribers. So that gets us a few little quirks from YouTube. Appreciate the follows. Probably we'll be back on here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So you're welcome, Carl. That's all I got. Ayush, welcome. So I'll catch you tomorrow. As usual, I'm going to run a couple commercials. Discord, patreon.com/learncrypto. And also we do manage stock and crypto portfolios. Stocks through Charles Schwab. Crypto, we do it through a trading API. We do not have any of clients' coins at our access, only to trade, view, manage. So that's it. We've got Bitcoin back here. One more last quote. Bitcoin 58,140 where it's been setting. Ethereum 2111. Litecoin a strong 239 up 7.8%. Appreciate it, Dirk. So again, a couple commercials. I'm out of here. Thank you.
Do you personally invest or trade stocks? Then you'll want to gain access to our private Discord channel. By subscribing to our pro traders at wyckoffsmi.com, you'll receive individual stock suggestions based upon the Wyckoff method, review possible trade setups, as well as receive emails when any trade suggestions are given. But if you're too busy to manage your own stock portfolio, consider our private client group at our registered investment advisor, Black Bay Capital Advisors. You'll get the personal touch while we manage your stock portfolio for you through the trusted custodian, Charles Schwab. For an annual fee, you'll have more time to enjoy life while we focus on growing your portfolio. We'll be on the same side of the table, working to help you secure your long-term financial goals.
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin's stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/learncrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight. Let's see.